calendar in the matter of Richardson versus McManus. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
All right, we're going to cut to the chase here and in a very brief period of time lay out this story, this sad tale as I understand it. Miss Richardson, this used to be your boyfriend. You had an intimate relationship with him for a while. That relationship, according to both of you, terminated. You were involved with somebody else. You became pregnant and had a baby. Sometime after the child was born, Mr. McManus saw you, met you, whatever, and he looked at the baby, and the baby looked like he used to look when he was a baby. I don't know. And he got it in his head that he might be the father of this child. So far, is that pretty much right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Good. So he would come over and visit and want to bring presents for the baby and want to be involved with the baby. And in your mind, you knew that he was not the father. But he harassed you, according to you, and harassed you. And he said, I want you to take a blood test. I want to be sure. And according to you, he said, I'll pay for the test. So you took a paternity test, and you want him to pay for that test. That's what this is about. Mr. McManus says, you didn't take any test with me. And I never saw the results of a test that you did take. So I am assuming, Miss Richardson, that the blood test that you took was with the person who was the father of the child, correct? Not with Mr. McManus, because the only thing that test with Mr. McManus would have established could have been that he was excluded as a person who could be the father of this child.
Right.
Mr. McManus.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you promise to pay for a blood test that Miss Richardson would take, a paternity test, that she would take, not with you, but with some other man?
No, Your Honor.
Did you promise to pay for a blood test if she took it with you?
Yes, that is correct.
That's what I thought. So why, Miss Richardson, did you take a paternity test with somebody other than Mr. McManus?
I was trying to keep Travis McManus's name away from my child's name because I knew that he couldn't be, clinically it was impossible for him to be the father.
My question is,
oh, I'm sorry,
if
tell me again.
You're not paying attention,
okay.
Either that or you're not hearing
This is too much. I went through too much with this guy. Go ahead. Why did I take a test? He harassed me for months. I didn't want his name on it when I could have the father, my family. I'll keep it together and not have someone who...
Are you on any prescription medication? Pay attention to my question.
Okay, ma'am.
He wanted to take a blood test with him.
Yes.
To determine whether he was the father of this child. And he said, if you take a paternity test, I'll pay for it. If I'm not the father, I'll still pay for it. If I'm the father, I want to know. I'm the father.
He didn't say it like that. He didn't differentiate at all. At all. He came into my home.
You mean you think that he was promising to pay you for a blood test that you took with another man?
No, he just said that he wanted to make an appointment and get it done. He said he didn't care how it was done or who did it, actually. And that's when I said, okay, well, I'll go and get his dad. I'll look hard for his dad. Plus, he'd already come into my house. And what he said in front of my child isn't something the father, even a potential father, would say in front of a baby. So I wanted him nowhere near us.
Get me, just a sec. Would you get me the results of the paternity test? I'm sure she has them somewhere in that.
I was scared to death, and so was his dad, because he'd already been accosted by Travis McManus, like before the baby even.
How many children do you have, Miss Richardson?
I have a little boy.
This isn't the way test results come back to you when you take a DNA test.
Well, here's the rest of it.
Give me the whole thing.
Well, I mean, that's what I got. That was an email. That's all I got. And this, I just...
All right. Shh. Listen to me very carefully, Miss Richardson.
Okay.
This is not going to tell Mr. McManus anything. This does not name the child. This does not name the father. It does not say who came to the report. It says nothing. Is there currently an order of filiation legally declaring somebody to be the father of this child in any court?
No.
Okay. There probably should be. Do you live with the father of this child?
No, I do not.
Does the father of this child pay child support?
No, he cannot.
Why not?
I can't tell you why.
Listen to me. Mr. McManus.
Well, I do know Mr.
Yes.
McManus. That was
Mr.
one of his
McManus,
things.
Yes,
I
Your
want
Honor.
you to listen to me very carefully, sir. I don't know whether you're the father of this child or not. I have no idea. I'm not going to get much from this side of the bench that I can
Oh my gosh.
make heads or tails of. There is probably, based upon this genetic testing, and I don't know what child was taken or what father was taken, I have no idea. But in all probability, if they did go for a blood test, if the blood test was taken and she paid for the blood test or this man paid for the blood test, this is an accurate report which indicates that there's a 99.99 probability that the two people who took this test are genetically related. Do you understand?
Thank
That
God.
would of necessity exclude you.
Great.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Diane Richardson says ex-boyfriend Travis McManus owes for the cost of a paternity test.
Now, if, however, you are not satisfied with this test result, what you have to do is you have to go to the family court in the jurisdiction where you live, file a petition asking to legally be declared the father of this child.
Okay.
They will issue a summons. They will call her into court.
All right.
They will direct the taking of a blood test. You will have to pay for that blood test. If there is any question in your mind, I can't tell you what this says
Okay.
because, quite frankly, I don't know.
All right.
Your
doesn't
Honor, he's
list
had
any
plenty
peop-
of time to do that. He just keeps threatening me with court, but he could do it.
Good, Mr. McManus, that is what you have to do. You can't
Okay.
threaten her. You can't go over there.
I have to
I don't
threaten
want
her,
you to
Your
go over there. I don't want you to try to see her. I don't want you to try to see the child. I don't want you to send her any presents. I don't want you to send her any money. Who is this person?
This is my mother.
Good. Your mother looks like a reasonable person. What you have to do is you have to take him by the hand. How old is he?
He's 27.
You take your 27-year-old baby by the hand, take him to a local family court, let him fill out a petition to be declared the father of this child. They will order the blood test. If he comes back not the father, he knows for sure that he is excluded as one of those people who could possibly be the father. Would that make you happy?
Yes, if I'm
Then-
excluded. Yes.
Then that's what you have to do. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Don't go near her other than that. What?
So it's just about the paternity test, not the harassment? What he caused to the baby was just, it was wrong. It's wrong to come in and say, I'm your father, and confuse a baby like that. The baby lunged off the bed at him when he was coming at me. I mean,
The baby will get over the trauma of him being told that he's
that's what
the
his
baby's
mom
father.
said. She'd get over it, that her kids are fine, but her kids aren't fine, obviously.
Goodbye. Now you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Goodbye and good luck, everybody.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
For years, he has come in and out of my life, come to my parents' house when I'm not there, just different things. And like my dad says, he's just trying to get back in.
I think it's the other way around, to tell you the truth. I want absolutely nothing to do with this woman.
He seemed really civil after the baby was born. He'd come over to visit a few times, and I even asked his mom to sell my dad's house. And then he just freaked out.
When I first saw the kid, my gut feeling was, yeah, he was my son. So that's why I wanted a DNA test, and I haven't seen one yet.
Everybody knows my son. Everybody knows that he's the happiest baby in the world, and that he couldn't possibly be this maniac's child.
Hopefully I'm not the father.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thompson versus Douglas, step forward, please.
22-year-old employment counselor Kara Thompson is suing her former live-in boyfriend, 23-year-old James Douglas, for shooting a hole in her ceiling and for the bail she posted after he beat her up.
All right, Miss Thompson, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours. You claim he owes you for a whole bunch of stuff. You claim he owes you for rent when he didn't pay rent when he lived with you for a while. Some bail money that you put up for him because he either assaulted you, you had him arrested for domestic violence, and then you had second thoughts, so you bailed him out. So you say he owes you for that. He owes you because he put a hole in your wall or in your ceiling with a gun, a whole bunch of other stuff. So in 3 or 4 minutes or less, would you tell me what your complaints are and why you think he owes you some money?
Okay, in the beginning of June, I agreed to let him move in my house under like roommate circumstances. He agreed to pay $300 a month rent
How did
and
you know him?
utilities. I met him in April.
Were you dating him in April?
Shortly thereafter, after I met him, I started dating him in April.
Fine. So in June, you told me he could move in.
Right.
Why did you tell him he could move in June?
The place where he was living, the guy said that he couldn't live there anymore. He wasn't fulfilling his end of the bargain as far as chores go. He wasn't going to have a place to live, so he agreed that he would pay me $300 plus utilities and electricity to move in my home.
So we're talking about 2 months' rent.
Roughly, yeah.
What kind of work was he doing when he moved in June?
He was working at Post Falls Mazda as a car salesman.
Was he working on salary or commission?
He was supposed to be paid a base salary of $6 an hour and then plus commission.
Is that right, sir?
No, ma'am. It was $6 an hour or commission, and I didn't start working at Post Falls Mazda till September the 2nd until September the 19th.
Where were you working in June?
The gentleman I was living with, I was remodeling his home for room, like a free room, free food, and free beer.
Are you sure he was working for a car dealership in June?
Yeah,
and in July?
I would take him to work in the morning.
And in July?
No, he lost his job at Post Falls Mazda.
When did he lose the job?
Shortly after he moved into my home.
So how'd you expect him to pay rent?
Well, I would take him looking for jobs. I went to the job service.
How did you expect him, Miss Thompson, to pay rent?
I thought he was going to get a job.
Well, he didn't.
No.
And you let him stay there anyway?
I felt bad. I didn't want to kick him out if he was looking for a job.
So why do you want to impose that on me?
I want to impose that on him.
No. What you're doing is, if you have a relationship that goes south and the object of your affection has disappointed you, you pick yourself up and dust yourself off and start all over again. All right, let's move on. Red, let's talk about the bail. Bail. What did he do and when?
July 24th, we had a domestic violence against me, and he went to jail.
What did he do?
He beat me up.
He did?
Yeah. The morning of July 24th, he woke up startled and said that he'd wet the bed, and he was very upset about that and embarrassed. So I said, okay, let's change the sheets. It's no big deal. And he went out into the front room, put some towels over it, and I said, we'll go get something to clean it up. He wasn't coming back to the bedroom, so I went out and he was like going to sleep on the floor. I'm like, you need to come clean this up. Or he started yelling at me and calling me names. And then, I'm sorry.
And he put his hands on you.
Okay. I asked him to leave if he couldn't respect my property by not cleaning up that on my bed. I asked him to leave, and he grabbed my wrists and started throwing me around, and it proceeded from there, which he'd done before every time. I'd asked him to leave my home.
My question, Ms. Thompson, is then why did you bring him back? Why did you bail him out?
Because he asked me to bail him out.
Well, tell me how that came about.
He had a court for a driver's license suspension during the time that he was in jail, and so I went down to the courthouse and he was there.
What does that mean? You mean he was picked up, the police came, they arrested him,
correct,
put him in jail. While they were in jail, a warrant dropped on him for something else?
Correct. Correct.
For what?
There wasn't a warrant. It was just a day that I had to go to court for a driving on suspended ticket, and I wasn't allowed to.
Driving a vehicle with a suspended license.
Yes, ma'am. And I also had a no contact order, so I wasn't allowed to talk to her whatsoever.
So what you're telling me is you never called her and asked her to bail you out?
I wasn't allowed to.
Okay. When did he call you?
He called me once from jail. He bargained with an inmate so that he was able to call me. He called me and expressed remorse, that he was really, really sorry. He'd never done this to anybody before. Could I please bail him out? And we also had two friends that went to see him.
Just a minute. So he asked you to bail him out and you did?
That's correct.
That's not a loan.
With the agreement to pay me back.
How much did it cost you, the bail? Because ultimately
$535, and I do have the check here.
Judge?
Yeah.
All calls are documented, so if I'd have called, I would have been breaking my contact order as well.
Just a second. You've broken the law before, sir. In worse ways than making a telephone call.
I've already been picked up for that charge if they'd have had it on document.
Not necessarily. When they said, we have somebody who's bailing you out, did you say, I don't want anybody to bail me out, I want to stay here?
I didn't know I was... no, ma'am.
No, of course not. When you got bailed out, where did you go?
We went to the park, and she told me she'd marry me.
Now, when you say she told you she'd marry you, Did that come out, you know, you're just walking along and she said to you, honey, I'll marry you, or did that come as a result of you saying to her, I want to marry you?
I had asked her before I went to jail, and when I got out, she gave me
Before or after you beat her up?
that case
Quiet.
is still pending. I have evidence that proves that I am not at fault for that.
That's a pending case? Then
Yes,
I'm not
ma'am.
going to go into it with you. Go ahead.
Okay, I have the check for the bail that I posted for him, and I also had to pay to get my car title back, so that was another $100.
Just a minute. That's
She
your
revoked
problem.
my bond.
Okay.
That's your problem.
Okay.
All right, you want to go through this other problem that you had? You said he had a gun. There was a gun involved.
A couple days after he got back, there was a peeping Tom going around Post Falls. They showed it on the news, and I heard somebody come up. Something came up the back steps, and I asked him to go investigate, and he grabbed my .22 rifle out of my closet and put the clip in it, and I said, you are not supposed to have a gun in your hands. You're facing a felony charge. So he turned around and went to put it back in the closet, and it went off. I don't know how it went off, but it did. And it went through my ceiling, and I have pictures of that.
I don't care.
And he agreed to repair the ceiling and pay for those costs.
No. You want him to come back and repair the ceiling?
Well, I have an estimate for that, for the roof repair and the labor involved in that.
I'm looking at you with a look of incredulity, Ms. Thompson, for the
Well,
following
I have a
for the
tape.
following reason. If he beats you up, you don't invite him back to your bedroom. Do you understand?
Yes, it'll never happen
You don't
again.
look like a stupid woman. So here's what I have. I have a woman who brings in a guy to her house because he can't live at his old place because he's a bum. He loses his job.
That's correct.
He beats you up after he's been living in your house for a month. And you do the smart thing, you send him to jail. According to you, it's not the first time he beat you up.
That's correct.
First time he put his hands on you in anger. Would have been the last time. For moi. You gave him another chance. But on the 24th, you finally said, he's going to jail. 4 days later, you bail him out. Comes back to your house.
Well, August 8th, I bailed him out.
I don't care what it is. So it's 6 days later. What are you talking? Are you arguing with me about a couple of days?
No.
I'm trying to tell you that you're not being smart. You're entitled to your bail money back. Fix the ceiling yourself. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $535. That's all.
Parties are excused. This is case number 292 on the calendar in the matter of Kreider versus Barnes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
Ms. Kreider, you and the defendant used to be neighbors.
Yes.
You moved.
Yes.
According to what I read, on the day of your move, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you. You were
Yes.
suing him for that assault. Mr. Barnes says that he did not, in fact, assault you and that you hit his wife with your car that day. So, how long were you neighbors before you moved?
Approximately 2.5 months.
But you had lived there for 3 years, and Mr. Barnes and his family moved into the complex where you lived.
Yes.
Okay, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Good. On what date did you move?
We started the move on the 2nd of March, and the 4th was when we were going to get the remaining things out. So
Is that when this incident occurred, on
I was
March
taking
4th?
boxes to my son.
So why don't you tell me what happened?
My son called to let me know that he was finished with the boxes he had, that he needed more boxes, so bring them up to the apartment. And I went up there, went inside, and I went into the kitchen to...
Of your apartment?
Of the apartment,
Of your
yes.
old apartment. Now, what floor did you live on?
It was a twin, side by side.
And the Barnes family lived in the other apartment?
Yes, on the other side.
I understand. So it's really...
Like a house,
Like a
only
house.
split in half.
Go ahead.
My son had asked permission for a few of his friends to be over while he was doing it because he was alone, and Brooks and I were at the house. And the children, the girls, two of the girls came out into the kitchen and said, Mrs. Kreider, there's someone at the door. So I walked out, and when I walked out there, Brooks was at the door, and Mr. Barnes was screaming at him. And I got out there and I said, look, we're moving out. Go back to your house and leave us alone, excuse my language. Just leave us alone. And he looked at me and he said, this isn't over, B. I know where you live. And he proceeded to describe my house. He said, you live in a greenhouse with white shutters. And I was I was taken back. I couldn't believe he was describing where I lived. And foolishly, I stepped outside my door and went to say, what the heck are you talking about? And I don't remember anything after that. I came to on the sidewalk. I felt like my jaw was broken and my knee, and when I came to, all I saw was my son swinging. I guess he had pulled a mailbox out of the ground, and he was swinging it at Mr. Barnes to keep him away from me. And then my other son came out when I was conscious. Things happened in the interim to get me inside. So they got me inside. I was sitting in a chair, and then I felt like I was going to get sick to my stomach. So I went to move into the bathroom downstairs and passed out in the dining room again, so the ambulance was on its way.
Can I see the medical reports, the ambulance reports, and the police reports that you have, please? So it looks to me as if you went to a medical provider that day and had x-rays of your jaw, of your knee. Okay, so you went immediately and had an x-ray. I'm not interested in stuff that happened months later. Okay, Mr. Barnes, now I'm prepared to hear you, sir.
Okay, Judge Judy. Mrs. Kreider is the biggest racist I've ever met in my life.
Just tell me what happened on March the 4th.
I was getting ready to take my wife to get some furniture for my daughter. I was sitting in my van, which was parked in front of my house, and my wife was getting ready to get in the car. So as she was walking to get in the van, Mrs. Kreider came up the hill. She was swerving her car, and she hit my wife, and she was laughing as she was doing it. I seen this from my rear view mirror. As I got out, helped my wife up, took her back to our house. If you could see, our house is very close. The doors are very close. I have pictures of it to show you. And I told Deborah, I said, Deborah, you're going to jail for this.
Okay, just a second. You saw the plaintiff's car knock your wife down.
Right.
You went and picked your wife up. Now, when did you say something to her?
Okay, as soon as I made my way back across my lawn to get my wife to the house, Deborah pulled her car around inside the driveway and ran inside the house. And she stood in the doorway. She didn't go anywhere. She stood there laughing at us as I'm helping my wife into the house. I yelled to my kids, call the cops, call the cops, call for ambulance. I said, Deborah, you're going to jail for this. I said, I know where you live at. When I said I know where you lived at, the same face that she had when she hit my wife, it's like she changed. And she punched through the screen door. She hit me with the door, and she was making her way around the door. When she stepped down, she was coming to get me. I pushed the door back, and she fell in the little bush that was right there.
What's this broken car window that...
That's a window that she punched through. She punched through with her fist.
When?
This happened when we first moved, the week we moved here. She punched the window, and she told me.
What did she say?
She said, she rung my doorbell. I opened the door. I said, yes. She said, I broke your window, and you're getting out of here. She's shaking her hand. She had it was just wrapped up. She said, you're getting out of here. And she said, I'm telling you now, we won't have you in our neighborhood. Go back to the ghetto. You're getting out. This is something we heard on a daily basis.
Okay. I have a question for you.
Sure.
On the 4th, you knew that she was moving. Is
She
that
was
right?
evicted.
She was evicted?
Yes.
Tell me about the eviction.
My landlord served me with an eviction, and she served her with an eviction. One officer called my landlord and explained how many times he responded to her in the past for a lot of violent things that she's done. My landlord went around to each of the neighbors and spoke about it. They told her each of the incidents that her family, her children, broke other people's car windows, all kind of things. My landlord, she said, Gordon, do you mind if I give Deborah a little time to leave? She don't have anywhere to go. I said, I don't mind, as long as they leave my family alone.
Are you still there?
Yes, I am.
And the landlord evicted her?
Yes.
Good. Now, Ms. Kreider, I just want you to answer this question. Is it correct that you were evicted from this residence?
Basically, but not for the reasons he's stating.
I don't care what reason.
Yes.
You were evicted after 3 years.
But I had already
for...
purchased my home.
Listen, this is a quick phone call. Am I correct that you were evicted from the house? Okay. Did you press charges against Ms. Kreider for running down your wife?
Yes.
What happened with that case?
When we showed up to court, she was arrested and she was in jail for assaulting another woman.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Deborah Kreider says former neighbor Gordon Barnes assaulted her on the day she moved out of the neighborhood. Gordon claims Deborah is a racist who tried to run over his wife.
Now, you were arrested for knocking her down with your
No.
car? Were you taken into custody?
No.
Were you incarcerated at any time within the last 24 months?
Within the last 24 months.
Yes.
I
Were
had
you
forgot, yes, one
Were you
time.
incarcerated at any time within the last 24 months?
Yes, but not an assault.
What were you incarcerated for?
All right, I had thought that the court date for their harassment charge, not any assault on her, because that was never filed, was on Tuesday. I went right by there, it was on Monday, and because I didn't show up at court and mistakenly had it even wrong on my calendar, that's why. And I was out that same night.
Ms. Kreider, so there was a harassment action pending against you that had been filed by the Barnes family?
Yes.
Was that your only arrest for harassment or any other charge in the last 24 months?
Yes.
What about your sons?
No, my sons have not been arrested for anything. My one son that is not here, that doesn't live with me, and he didn't live with me at the time. That's the one he was talking about.
How old is he?
He is now 20. He was 19 at the time.
And what was he arrested for?
He had been with me the day that we first went to the neurosurgeon. Because
what was he arrested for? You don't get arrested for going to the neurosurgeon.
What I understand, he had gone at about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and had used a slingshot and shot out the back windshield of a vehicle that he knew to be the Barneses. This was after we had already lived in our house. We had already moved when Jason did that. So is what you're telling me that your 20-year-old son went back to the Barnes house and committed an act of vandalism against the Barneses? Yes.
That's outrageous.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it sure was. Now, Mr. Barnes,
yes.
What happened with the assault case that Ms. Kreider filed against you?
Okay, I was arrested, and when I went to court, I pled not guilty.
Yes.
6 months later, gave me a contemplation of adjournment, and which said that if I don't get in any trouble in 6 months, everything will be dismissed.
The disposition of that case was an adjournment in contemplation of dismissal.
Right. Exactly. Thank you.
Which is not a finding of innocence, sir. You understand that.
Right.
You chose to accept an adjournment in contemplation of dismissal, which says, I'm not going to fight these charges.
Right.
I'm going to sort of, if there's no further incident between myself and the plaintiff for the next 6 months, or anybody else, the charges will be dismissed.
Can I explain to you why I did that?
I'm listening.
Okay. The reason why I did that, because every time the police came to my residence, they questioned me. I mean, when I was calling her for broken windows and stuff, they would ask me, what are you doing in this neighborhood? Why are you here? Why are your family here? In a very racist way. And when I went to speak to a judge in regards to this case, he said, Mr. Barnes, when you go back to the ghetto, take Ms. Kreider with you.
Is what you're saying to me, everybody involved in the justice system where you come from is a racist?
In that town, 90% of them seem like it.
Okay. Now, other than involving incidents with the plaintiff, have you ever been arrested?
Never. Never in my life.
Never in your life?
Right.
Would you mind if I say one thing to you, please? It's offensive to me, very, that anyone would refer to us as racist. One of my son's best friends, Tyrese, lived with us for over 2 weeks. I helped his family out. My son plays on the football team, and they knew that we were being told that we were racist. And these boys just left. I mean, we're very close friends.
Let me ask you this question, Ms. Kreider. Why did you move after having lived there for 3 years?
Because other
than getting evicted.
Well, the reason why she did that, Mr. Barnes had just moved in December. Once she informed him that I had complained about the noise, he told her he would come over and speak to me. He was sorry that he didn't realize we could hear through the walls, because I could hear him and her fighting and being thrown against walls and where's my effing money and don't hit me in front of the baby. And my room seemed to be the focal point on the opposite wall. So instead of coming over to talk to me, he came over and threatened me. So I called the Broome County Sheriff's Department.
Listen to me, Ms. Kreider, that wouldn't have inspired her to evict you.
Right.
That
No, but my lease was up.
It doesn't make sense, madam, that she would have evicted you after 3 years of being a star tenant. I don't buy it.
All right.
Because it doesn't make sense.
Well, my sons were the witnesses to all this. So.
Fine. Which of you...
Can I say something? First of all, none of us are racist at all. And my mom, I was in the car the whole time, and she did not hit her with the car at all. We were...
Just a second. Tell me your name.
Brooks Kreider.
Brooks. You remember March 4th?
Yeah, I remember. Shh. Sorry.
You were coming back from the new house?
From the new house with my mom.
With your mother. You're in the passenger seat of the car.
Yes.
And when for the first time did you see Mrs. Barnes?
I didn't even see her. We had pulled in to our driveway, and we had walked inside.
So what you're telling me is when you and your mother drove up to the house
They
on
weren't
that
even
day,
outside.
why don't you let me finish?
Sorry.
That when you pulled up to the house, Mrs. Barnes wasn't in the driveway, and you did not see her outside. Now, tell me what happened when Mr. Barnes came to the door.
Well, my brother had his friends over there, and they had walked out into the kitchen and said, Miss Kreider, somebody's here at the door for you. So I had walked out with my mother because I had realized that it was him.
You had had difficulty with Mr. Barnes before.
Yes, many times.
So Mr. Barnes came to the door, and you went out with your mother.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me what happened.
Okay. So I had went out there, and then my mom had followed me, and he said, this isn't over, B. He says, I know where you live. Your house is green with white shutters. And my mom went outside, and then he punched her in the face, and he was standing out on the front lawn screaming. And then I had went over and grabbed the mailbox. We had a post, so I had taken the mailbox
It's funny
post.
to him. See how he laughs about it?
Yeah, I would. And
that wouldn't be funny.
And no. Well, you hit my mother.
Right. If somebody hit my mother, I would laugh about that.
Mr. Barnes.
Your Honor, I'll tell you. I took the mailbox post out of the ground, and I'll tell you, I wanted to hit him with it so bad, and I restrained myself from hitting him. I did not hit him with that, and you know what? Every day I wish I did because of all this stuff that he punched my mother in the face. I would never hit a woman, especially. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, I had walked outside. I had grabbed the mailbox post out of the ground. My brother ran outside, and I was like, Jesse, get mom, because she was laying on the, she was like up against the brick, and she was passed out. And I had the mailbox post, and I was swinging it. And then he started screaming. His wife was at the door. He said, get my gun. And then...
I don't speak to my wife.
Yes, you do.
Mr.
Yes,
Barnes.
You definitely do. So anyway, she walked inside, and then Jesse's like trying to get my mom up, and my mom's like, she's finally like coming to. He gets her inside the house, and then I followed her. He had walked inside like a little while after his wife came.
Okay. Now, Mr. Barnes, what I want to see from you is a copy of the police report that you filed with regard to your wife being hit by the van.
Can I say one more thing? It's important. Anyway, when we were actually inside the house and we were talking to the police and we were talking to them on the phone, we had no idea that they were even going to say that my mom hit him with a car. This didn't even come up. Out of nowhere, when the ambulance pulled up for my mother, because we had called, my brother had called on the cell phone.
Just a second.
When the ambulance had pulled up, she started standing at the door, and she's like, she hit me with a car, and she started going hysterical, and I'm just like, ridiculous.
No, this is a supporting deposition.
That's what the police wrote up. He asked me and my wife to come to the precinct.
When did you go to the precinct? The next day?
The next day after my wife was taken to the hospital. And
I'd like to see the hospital report on your wife.
And believe me, that was the happiest day of our life when she moved. So we wouldn't have been angry at all. We was finally getting rid of this horrible lady and her family. And we filed order of protections. They never filed an order of protection. We was threatened. We have order of protection against her. Her son shot up my house twice. Not once, twice.
You have a copy of that order of protection?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it.
The whole town knows her. That's why they issued it.
Listen to me, Mr. Barnes.
Right, it's funny again.
Mr. Barnes.
No, it's your story is funny.
She said the only black people she like is dead black
Mr.
people.
Barnes, you don't want to lose by default here.
I'm very sorry.
This is very interesting, Ms. Kreider. The court in Broome County issued a final order of protection against you, and the final order of protection against you said that you were to stay away from Mr. Barnes and his entire family. Now, this was either after a trial or with your consent.
It's because of my son.
I'm not interested in because of your son. It's a final order of protection that was issued by a court for a period of 2 years on February 21st. Explain it.
On December 22nd, my children and I went to go get our Christmas tree. Now, at that point in time, my 20-year-old, that is the reason why the restraining order is in effect, was still living with us.
Oh, no. Listen to me. This restraining order is not against your 20-year-old. This restraining order is against you.
Yes.
Not your 20-year-old.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
the date that we had gone to get that tree, we were not there. We came home.
So the
and
judge
found
made
out-
a mistake. The court made a mistake.
Can I say something?
No. Sit down.
Basically, what had happened was it was one judge that said that unless he does something again.
Do you have a restraining order against Mr. Barnes?
No.
So the only restraining order that exists, which is a final one, not a temporary one, after a finding of guilt, is an order against you in favor of the Barneses. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your case is dismissed, Ms. Kreider. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out. 135 on the calendar in the matter of Totter versus Ferrier.
Totter, is that how you pronounce your name?
I'm going to say Toto.
Totter versus Ferrier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thanks, Bert.
You're welcome, Judge.
Mr. Ferrier is your former husband, is that right? Mm-hmm. And the co-defendant is his present wife. It is your claim that Mrs. Ferrier called your boss and made some slanderous remarks about you, which caused you a great deal of emotional distress, caused you to have to hire a lawyer, a whole bunch of other things. You want a whole bunch of money from the two of them because you think that they're both responsible. Your former husband and his wife say that you did in fact harass both of them, that they've suffered by having to lose wages because work-related absences, and they are counterclaiming. So I want you to tell me, this whole thing started over a $10 check, is that right? Mm-hmm. You have a child together with Mr. Ferrier.
Yes.
How old is that child?
Now he's 12 and a half.
And who has custody?
We have joint. I had full custody the first 11 years.
Is that right?
I have custody of him, Your Honor.
You have
physical custody.
We have
but
joint.
it's joint custody.
You have
But
joint legal. Shh, just a second. You have joint legal custody, but you have physical custody
Yes,
of him.
Your Honor.
Is that by court order?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about this check that you got back.
I found
Well,
out
that you didn't get back.
I found out that I overpaid and
Overpaid what?
on the medical bill.
You got a medical bill for your son.
Uh-huh.
What was the bill for?
$63.36.
Put the papers down, please. And you paid that bill.
Mm-hmm.
And then you found out that you had overpaid the bill, according to your complaint. How much did you overpay the bill?
$10.69.
Your insurance company sent back a check for $10.69. Who did they send the check to?
To his address.
In whose name was the check?
My son.
And your son's name is?
Shane Ferrier.
And what did Shane do with the check?
All I know is that they both signed it. My son signed it, and my ex-husband signed it.
And that started a problem.
I was very upset. I felt like they took something that didn't belong to them.
So what did you do?
I made a few phone calls.
How many is a few?
From the house that evening, October 7th, I don't remember how many.
More than 5?
I don't know. Maybe 3.
How many phone calls?
Your Honor, I can't remember how many phone calls. She called in the middle of the night. We changed our phone 3 times because of the harassment.
Well, did that start over this $10?
Yes.
Well, your wife says no.
I'm
You
sorry.
say yes.
No, it started before. This started 12 years ago.
Okay, I'm just talking about this $10 check. So you made some phone calls from the house, Ms. Toder, is that right?
Yeah, it was a few phone calls.
Well, what
And
did
it
you
was
say?
not-
Shh,
I'm
listen to
sorry,
me.
it was not in the middle of the night. It was after I came back from the job. It was after 5 p.m.
What did you say during these 3?
I told them that they're not decent people and they're teaching my son to be a thief.
Okay, that takes one phone call. What was the next phone call?
Same thing.
And the next one?
Same thing.
Well, that's harassment.
But it was the
Shh,
one
shh,
case.
shh, shh. Just a second. I'm not finished with you. Then you went to work. And you called them again from work. Is that right?
Yeah.
How many times did you call them from work?
6 times in 2 days.
And what did you say to them in the 6 times you called
Probably the same thing. I was probably very upset over the whole
And
thing.
then Mrs. Ferrier, you called her boss.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said what to her boss?
I called her boss and I said that we were getting a lot of phone calls and I wanted him to talk to her.
About stopping calling during the day?
Yes, and he had no interest in any of it until he found out that they were coming from work.
Well, she admits now that they were coming from work.
So,
so that's what you told was that you were getting these harassing phone calls and they were coming during work hours.
Right.
That's what your lawsuit is about, Ms. Toto. You say that she made slanderous remarks against you to your boss, which caused you all kinds of trouble and aggravation and emotional distress. So tell me what kind of aggravation and emotional distress was caused to you.
Can I say something, Your Honor? She told them I made 100 phone calls from the job like 2 years ago.
I'm
2
talking
years ago,
about,
they didn't
I'm
even
talking
have
about $10.69. I asked you a question. What kind of emotional distress do you believe that you suffered that they should compensate you for?
Okay, first of all, they took me to a drug test.
So, what does that have to do with her?
Because she doesn't know me. We never spoke to each other.
Listen to me. What does that have to do with her if you went for a drug test?
That's what she told them, that I was doing drugs.
Did you tell them that she was doing drugs? What proof do you have that Miss Ferrier told them that you were using drugs?
Allegation number 4.
This doesn't say that Mr. or Mrs. Ferrier say that you continue to use marijuana, alcohol to an excess and abuse prescription drugs. It doesn't say that they said this about you. This says that they complained about harassing phone calls. And then another paragraph says it is further alleged that you are continuing to use marijuana, alcohol to excess, and abuse prescription drugs. Did you tell them that?
No,
The
I did not.
investigator told me that they did.
Well, I don't know. That's hearsay. Did you ever use marijuana?
No.
Did you ever use alcohol?
I drink alcohol, but I don't abuse it.
Well, maybe. And what about prescription drugs? What drugs do you take?
I used to take Xanax.
And what else do you take?
I got something new after this attack started. I'm not sure the name of it.
You're not sure of the kind of drug you take?
No,
That's
I can't.
interesting.
I can't pronounce it.
Why are you laughing?
Just because Your Honor, I can't understand anybody that could take a prescription and not know the name of it.
Try to behave yourself.
Okay, Your Honor.
Good.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Shoshana Toder says ex-husband William Ferrier and his wife Kathy made false allegations to her employer. The Ferriers claim she harassed them over the phone.
Okay. And as a result of whatever allegations these were, mostly use of the telephone, what happened?
I was just upset, Your Honor.
Well, then you shouldn't have done what you did, madam.
I understand it. But
then why are you here in court?
In the heat of the moment, because I had expenses.
Well, what does that have to do with court? You made a mistake. You made a mistake by calling, at least according to you, 9 times, all complaining because they cashed a $10.69 check that they received that was made out to your son, who I assume you support. Is that right?
No.
Well, if you don't support him, then why would you complain anyway if they cashed a $10.69?
I'm not supposed to support him yet.
Listen to me. You are a parent. You're supposed to support him. He's not in your custody.
I understand.
If he's not in your custody, then you're supposed to support him. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're off the hook. If you were a man standing over here and saying, I'm not supposed to support him yet, what does that mean? You're the parent. Did you pay support when the child lived with her?
Yes.
How much?
He's a deadbeat, by the way.
How much?
$500 a month, Your Honor, the maximum amount. She asked for $1,100, and the judge told her no.
I don't ask. Did I ask you to editorialize for me, sir?
No, you didn't.
Good. So, and you pay, I don't care how much you paid. If you didn't pay 500, you paid 300, you paid 300, you paid 200. You pay nothing. So if you pay nothing, and if you're just angry that your son went to live with his father.
No, I'm really not angry, Your Honor.
Then you shouldn't have been angry over a $10.69 check.
Your Honor, I'm not angry about him because I know my ex-husband wanted it, and my son came to me and told me, Mom, I was with you for 11 years, now I want to be with Dad. So I said, okay. I was going to fight for him, but when he told me that, I said, okay, go to your dad and be happy. But she's not happy about that. She doesn't want to raise a 7th kid.
Listen to me, madam. I don't know why you came to court. You did the wrong thing. causing you to have expenses, then you have to pay for them. If you wanted to call up and speak to your ex-husband once and say, listen, I understand that you got this check for $10.69. That check really belonged to me because I paid...
I can't communicate with him, Your Honor.
Hey, I'm speaking to you. You called 9 times. You were harassing them. I said if you called once and said it, that was one thing. That's not what you told me.
He hung up on me. I can't talk to him. Ever since they got married.
Then that means he didn't want to talk to you.
Ever since, well, that doesn't help my kid.
Then write him a letter. What good does it do to you for you to harass him on the telephone?
That was not meant as harassment.
Well, I'm telling you, it's harassment. So you have no case. Now, let's turn to you.
Your Honor, what I've gone through, I have had more temporary restraining orders filed by Mrs. Toder or Miss Toder, my former ex-wife or my ex-wife. And she has taken me to court, and when we were in front of the judge in Las Vegas, she didn't show up for the temporary restraining order. Twice she didn't. Or no, the first time she showed up...
This is the restraining orders that she took out against you.
She's using the court as a form of harassment, and she's been doing it to me for a long time.
Speak.
What happened is when she took me in front of the judge said, well, do you want to continue? Do you feel he's...
Hearsay. What the judge said to you was hearsay unless you have a document from the court.
I do.
Let me see.
I have a document.
Good. Let me see it.
Not for the first one. I have one for the second one that she never showed up for. Okay? And she said she was on her honeymoon. And that's what I'm talking about. Here she even writes in, is this it here? She writes in here that I'm going to be on my honeymoon, so I can't even make it to the court hearing. I believe it's this one here.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, I'm just saying, this is what I'd like her to be able to stop using the court as a form of harassment, because she's had me in court so many times, and I always feel like I'm the defendant and that I have to defend myself.
Well, you are the defendant now, sir.
Of courts. I didn't even want to be here today, even though you're a fine person, but this is not where I want to spend my time.
I absolutely got it. Was she granted a temporary restraining order as a result of this application?
No, Your Honor, she wasn't.
She was not.
She was denied.
Of course she was. Of course she was, because there is no basis for it in her application. There's no basis for her to get a temporary restraining order based upon what she alleges here. It's the ramblings of somebody who is using or overusing prescription drugs. Go ahead.
Your Honor, that's what I'm saying, that she's using the court as a form of harassment.
Okay, there is absolutely no basis for her to get an order of protection based upon what she writes in here. It's a lot of garbage. It says that she's afraid that you're going to be abusive, but she wants you to take her son because she can't take care of him because he's out of control, and she's going on her honeymoon.
Go
ahead.
Your Honor, he's doing very well in school now.
Tell me what you want.
We want the court, her not to be able to use the court to drag me through.
Mr. Ferrier, all too often people abuse the system, and they take time away from cases that need court time because they got their own personal shtick that they want to take care of. Now, your ex-wife came here to court, and if it wasn't this court, it would have been someplace else, because she was complaining that she had expenses and embarrassment as a result of your wife calling her boss. She caused the problem. She harassed you. She called time after time after time to complain about the cashing of this $10.69 check. By the way, what did you do with that money? Did you have it?
My son kept the money, and he even called her and offered to do chores for her to pay her back, and she said, no, I want your father to pay it back. And I said, no, I'm not paying it back.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. Shh, go ahead.
Okay, on May 14, I had a chat with him for the first time in a year, and all I want is really to communicate with him, you know, regarding our son. But ever since he got married, I don't feel that I can. He either hangs up on me, she hangs up on me, or whatever. And I asked him about contacting my job, and I said, Sean, why did you contact my job? And he said to me, I had nothing to do with it. And I said, Sean, your name is on it. And he said, I had to keep my wife happy. I think that's a lame excuse to keep the wife happy. So
you did the wrong thing. Stop blaming everybody else. You had no right to call their home 3 times. I guarantee it was a lot more. You have the tape?
We have tapes of what she said, Your Honor.
Well, let me hear them. Let me hear them.
I'm not denying it, that I made these phone calls.
They're a little nastier than what you said.
You're nasty, Sean.
I don't slander.
I can't hear it. Can you bring it up here, please?
Needs to be re-queued.
I never denied I made these phone calls.
Well, they get real nice.
Could you please be quiet?
Yes, Your Honor.
I just want to know how much lower can you get, son? When I pay a bill and I overpay a bill, and then you keep the refund that I was supposed to get. How low can you get, son? How much lower? I want to see how much lower can you get to us. End of message. Son, you know that was very indecent of you. Say to them, sign over the check to me. I'm the one who takes the bill, okay? But that's okay, because all your letters that you get from credit companies, I sweat them. So the penalty is going every year. You want to be with me? I'll be with you. End of message. Indecent of you. Say to them, sign over the check to me. I'm the one who takes the bill, okay? But that's okay, because all your letters that you get from credit companies, I sweat them. So the
That's a repeat.
I think that's a repeat.
That's a repeat. Okay.
I never denied I made this phone call.
I want to tell you something. You just acknowledged on that tape a federal crime. Do you understand that? If you're getting mail of his from credit card companies and shredding it, that's a federal crime. That's
I'm not doing.
I'm speaking to
I'm
you.
not getting his mail.
I'm speaking to you. That's what you said you did on the tape.
Wanted to pay him off. I don't get his mail.
You got it, madam. That's what you wanted to do. And you succeeded. And so stop standing here complaining and abusing the courts again. Your case is dismissed. And all I can tell you is I'm not going to be able to stop her from filing these frivolous claims. It's going to have to be a judge in your jurisdiction that has some chutzpah. All right? You thought I was going to say it, didn't you? Who's going to say to her, you come in 9 o'clock in the morning, you wait until 5 o'clock till the end of my calendar every time you want to file a petition. You come in, you explain to me what you want to file, you explain to me why, and I'll see if I'm going to give you permission to file that case. Until you get a judge that's going to be able to say that she's going to continue to abuse the system. But I find it offensive when someone abuses the system, they abuse me. Because they're abusing the other people. When she came in and filed this piece of garbage that took time away from a clerk to fill out papers, her papers, other people were waiting. They had to wait an extra hour or two because she was filing this piece of trash. And then it took time from a judge to hear it.
He told me to buy a life vest. I mean,
I'm telling you to, and I'm telling you better. I'm telling you to get a life. Your case is dismissed. So's your counterclaim. I've given you my best advice. Goodbye.
On your excuse, you may step out. Now, this is case number 259 on calendar in the matter of Siegel versus Starkey. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Well, stand up here. Ms. Siegel, I assume this young man is the young man who you allege hit your car while he was skateboarding in a parking lot, causing the windshield to shatter. You want his mother and he to be responsible for the damage to your car.
Yes.
Ms. Starkey says that you hit her son because you probably were driving recklessly through the parking lot, and she wants you to be responsible for his medical bills. He was slightly injured. You were very lucky. What does that mean? What kind of look is that?
I got scars from it. I have a scar and then...
You could have been dead.
Yes, I know that.
So then you were very lucky.
Yes, ma'am, I was.
That's all. I knew I'd get there. All right, Ms. Siegel, do you want to tell me when this happened and your version of the events?
Yes, it happened May 30th of this year. I was driving through the parking lot of Albertsons. It was a full parking lot. I was going about 20 miles an hour.
Where were you coming from and going to?
I was coming from these stores right here, and I was getting ready to pull out on Justin Road. I was going through almost to the road that goes into Wendy's, and I look up, and there's a kid on my windshield. And I slammed on my brakes, and he flew off. I put it in park and went out and made sure he was okay.
What time of the day was this, about 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it was about 3 o'clock. I have pictures of my windshield, and I have a picture of the parking lot.
Let me see the pictures of windshield, pictures
and
of
then
the
I have pictures of my car, and there's an arrow with the damage. We've had the damage since been fixed.
You didn't take a picture of the dent?
No. I have a police report that says where the damage was.
Okay, I'd like to see it.
Okay. It's on the back right there. It's his statement, the police's
You're
statement.
very lucky. What's your first name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan, you're very lucky.
Yes, ma'am.
Must have a very hard head. Were you wearing a helmet?
No, ma'am.
Did you tell the police that you darted across the parking lot?
No, ma'am.
What did you tell the police that you did?
I didn't. They never took a statement from me, ma'am.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Police officer didn't lie. Police officer asked you a question, and you said the pedestrian, that was you, advised that he darted across the parking lot and never saw the vehicle.
I did see the vehicle, but it was further back in the parking lot, and when I got 3/4 of the way through the lane that she was traveling down, and then Heather, the lady that was coming the opposite direction of her, saw me and stopped. And like, I saw her, but I figured she was going to stop because the witness had stopped because she had saw me before I had even gotten the street. So I guess...
So you figured that she would stop. You figured that she saw you too. You made a mistake.
Yes, I did.
There we go. That's why we're here.
But she also, I'm assuming she was on her, actually I'm positive that she was on her cell phone. And there was...
Just a minute, let's listen to me. You think, you assume, you're positive? What was it? You think, you assume, or you're positive?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Just a second. We're going to get there. So, one lady, I assume this lady was coming in the opposite direction.
Yes,
She saw you and stopped her car.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you weren't in the right. You didn't have the right of way. You did not have the right of way. There's no stop sign there, right? And you're not supposed to be skateboarding in the parking lot, right? So you assume this lady saw you and stopped. So you assume the other person was going to stop because she must have seen you also, right? Well, what if she didn't see you?
That's what happened if she didn't see
Then
me.
you should have stopped because you saw her. It was clear you saw her.
There was no way I could have stopped.
Why? Were you going too fast?
Yes, ma'am. Because
Well, then you shouldn't have been going too fast in the parking lot, sir. That's not what a parking lot is for. What if there was a little child walking across the street? You would have hit the little child on your skateboard?
No, ma'am.
Well, you would have if you couldn't stop. If you couldn't stop, you were going too fast.
I would have moved.
Well, then why didn't you move if you saw her car?
Because of the moment, if the child was walking one way, I could have moved this way. The car was going at such a fast rate that I couldn't. That's enough to where I could hit, and it's a bigger vehicle.
Do you understand what he's saying? He's making no sense. None. I'll hear you. Step up. Mother wasn't there. You were there. You were driving a car. You don't know who he is. You don't know who she is.
No, I don't know either one of them.
You were driving your car. You saw him coming down the street.
I was pulling in right here. I saw her car. Her car was all the way back here when I saw her. I mentioned to my daughter, I said, surely she sees that child. She was on her cell phone, and he was 3/4 across this divider right here. He was almost to the other side when she hit him. It was not this child's fault. I don't have anything to gain from coming to court and testifying for this little boy. She jumped out of her car. I threw my car into park. I jumped out to see him because she hit him in such a force. He went up in the air. His shoe went off. He hit the windshield, bounced on the hood, bounced on the floor. And when I went to the boy's aid, he's on the ground, and at the time I assumed he was dead. And by her own admission, she was speeding 20 miles an hour in a 5-mile-an-hour parking lot. She jumped out of her car, cell phone in hand, screaming at this child. Excuse me, screaming at this child. You hit my car. Look what you did to my car. The whole time she screamed at this child saying that. At one point, the police officer had to tell her to shut up. And this child is bleeding from the head. He's bleeding from the arm. His shoe is off over in the other side of the car.
Was there a stop sign where you were? Were you crossing over?
I had actually just turned on to right here. I'm here on 407, fixing to turn into the parking lot to go to...
so you were just turned in.
And when I was turning in, she was here.
Okay.
And if she had been paying attention, she would have seen the child. There's no way she couldn't have if she had not been on that cell phone and had not been speeding.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Kim was on her cell phone when she hit him.
Well, I'm pretty confident, based upon what you tell me, that she had a cell phone in her hand.
Oh, yes, she did.
Oh, I believe that. Now I believe that. I didn't believe it when he said it.
He was
because
horrified.
I don't think he saw it, because I don't think he was paying attention to anything. but I believe it when you tell me that she had a cell phone in her hand.
No. Okay, she was 30 feet in front of, there's a big space between where the Wendy's parking lot and C. There's no way she could have seen in my car or seen what I was doing. And I had both hands on the steering wheel. My cell phone was in my purse next to me. And I didn't yell at the boy. I got out to make sure he was okay. I got my cell phone. I called 911. She sat him down on the rock and was telling him not to move because he could have internal injuries. And all Jonathan kept saying was, I'm fine, I'm fine. Don't tell my mom. I've fallen and gotten hurt worse. I'm okay. Just let me go home. Just let me go home.
So? What does
No.
that have to do with being on a cell phone?
Well, I wanted to say I wasn't.
Why would she say that you were on a cell phone if you weren't? Do you know her?
No, I don't.
She doesn't know this lady at all. Why would she say that you were on a cell phone?
I don't know. I wasn't on my cell phone.
Yeah, you were.
No.
Yeah, you were.
I was not on my cell phone. It was in my purse.
I don't believe that. There is a basis for you to tell me you weren't on your cell phone, but there's no basis for her to lie. And I don't think that you have to necessarily see somebody who's speeding through using a skateboard in a parking lot. It's not what he's supposed to do. I mean, there's no question. You understand that. You're not supposed to be on your skateboard in a parking lot, going too fast so that you can't stop. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, you're not blameless, but I believe you were on a cell phone. And since you're driving the car, and the car is a bigger piece of equipment, madam, you don't get a penny. I believe that you were on the cell phone. I do. I also think, stand up here, I also think that you have to accept a certain amount of responsibility for what happened. She wasn't looking where she was going because she was on a cell phone, but she wasn't looking out for a skateboarder. She's in a parking lot, and you were going too fast in the parking lot, and you got hurt, fortunately, not seriously, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of medical bills did you have?
I had to go, the ambulance ride there, and then I had to go to the hospital for the emergency room fee, and they had to clean up some stuff on my head and my arm.
Okay. Let me see the bills that you had.
Your Honor, can I say something?
Uh-huh.
I was traveling only about 15 to 20 miles an hour. Police weren't really sure how fast. And he hit the left front corner panel. He hit me. He skated into the side of my car.
If I find that you were on a cell phone, I don't care whether he came in through the sunroof. I believe you were on your cell phone. That's what I believe. Okay. I believe that because you say you weren't. She says you were. And she has absolutely no reason to lie. Okay. All right, let me see the bills. Jonathan, your pain and suffering you have to deal with yourself. I'm not entertaining any applications for your pain and suffering because stay out of parking lots.
Yeah, I know. I'm way more careful than what I was.
Good. Now, when you're dealing with a pedestrian, you have to be so vigilant. That's why they have 5-mile speed limits in parking lots rather than 15 or 20. Because people dart out of cars, kids get into a car, they get away from their parents. You know, parents drop their hands for a second, kid darts out. So 20 miles an hour, you can kill them. 5 miles an hour, they have a chance. That doesn't mean a parking lot is there for your pleasure and for your amusement and entertainment. It's not, because she has to be vigilant looking for people coming out of cars, and she has to be vigilant with respect to cars in and out of the parking lot, but not somebody who's speeding at probably far greater speed than 20 miles an hour on your skateboard. You got me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Now, if she had a cell phone in her hand, which I believe she's not entitled to recover, period, end of discussion. And you have to pay for the medical bills, madam, because she's not responsible, because you were at fault. He was no genius, but he's a baby. He's 15 years old. All right, judgment for the defendant on the counterclaim in the amount of $532. The claim is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I got a phone call saying my son had been hit by a car.
He had hit right above my left tire and went up on my windshield, and I slammed on the brakes.
I was worried, and I shook the whole rest of the way to where I was going.
My windshield was shattered, and I have a kid on my windshield.
He said that she got out of the car, and all she was worried about was her car.
Shock. Hysteria. I was in that case.
This child has had sleepless nights because of it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hassanzadeh versus Clark. Step forward, please.
Kimberly Hassanzadeh and her daughter, 17-year-old Ashley, are suing singer Paul Clark and his son, 17-year-old Jeremy, for damage to her car. Ashley claims Jeremy and his friends pelted her with pudding.
What's your first name?
Jeremy.
How old are you, Jeremy?
17.
Are you an idiot?
No.
Is this your father?
Yes, he is.
Do you think your father would be very distressed to learn that after all that he's invested in you, he invested in an idiot?
I suppose so.
Yeah, right? Spent all that money? Let him drive a car? What kind of car was your father letting you drive?
This was a 91 Accord.
And who owns it?
It was actually my grandmother's.
So you have a grandmother who indulges you too?
Yeah.
Are you an only child, Jeremy?
No.
You have older siblings?
I have 2 older sisters and an older brother.
So you're the baby. Oh! There goes the problem, Mr. Clark. He's the baby. Ashley, did you know Jeremy before this event?
No, I did not.
Ashley's just driving her car, and you were driving your grandmother's car, and there were some other friends of yours that were in their cars.
Yes.
And some other friends who were also idiots, and they decided to throw pudding.
Yeah.
Not anything bad, just pudding.
Yeah, it's just...
What kind of pudding? Chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding?
It was a vanilla chocolate swirl.
And had you all gotten these pudding cups before you got into your cars?
Yeah.
Where did you get them from, Jeremy?
The local grocery store.
You bought a 6-pack?
I think there's 2 6-packs per car. There's 3 cars.
Did you have spoons?
I actually did. Because
okay. No, I'm trying to put this all together. You don't mind if I do this to your son, do you, Mr. Clark?
Fine, ma'am.
Okay, now you're driving your grandmother's car.
Yes.
And you acknowledge that you, in fact, did toss pudding out of the car.
Yes.
But it is your contention that your pudding didn't hit her car. It was somebody else's pudding that hit her car.
It was a failed attempt.
You had a failed attempt. And so that's your defense.
Yes.
You say his pudding landed in your car.
Yes.
Okay. You're driving along and you have your pudding in your hand.
Not while I was driving, no.
Where was it?
It was in the center console.
Now, what prompted you, Jeremy, to pick up that pudding and chuck it out of your car?
The initial was that they flipped us off and sped off.
Ashley and her friends?
Yes.
Let me ask you this question. When you say they flipped you off, you do not have to demonstrate. Bird understands what that means, and so do I.
Yeah.
Were you saying anything to them, or any of your friends?
There was a light conversation, but...
There was light conversation?
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Like what kind of light conversation?
Well, we were driving next to him, and I had waved to him because they're looking over, so I politely waved.
Show me how you did that.
Kind of just hey, how you doing type wave. We're going 45, 50 miles an hour down the road, and you can't really tell what they're saying.
Okay, so then they flipped you off, and you got mad. And did they flip you off or your friends as well?
Well, it was the car. It was kind of they took off and.
Well, but there was more than one car.
True,
so
but yeah,
you went like
it was
this.
my car.
So you were the one that was disrespected.
Yes, I felt disrespected.
Photograph of your car?
I took these photographs after she had cleaned it, but it will still show it got on the speaker that it's the area she couldn't get it because it's convertible and the top was down, and she could not get it out of all the little areas.
Okay, did you pay to have it cleaned?
Yes. Here's the receipt.
Good.
And we just asked them to clean the areas where the pudding had gotten into the speaker and all the little areas of her soft top. The convertible top was down.
Okay. Now, Jeremy, who was it who landed their pudding in the plaintiff's car?
We actually don't know. We know what car it came
That's
from.
all I want to know.
Okay.
You actually don't know.
We actually
But
don't
it would
know.
be safe to say, Jeremy, since you were the one who was disrespected,
Yes.
and you were the one who threw the pudding first, even though it didn't land on the car, right?
Uh-huh.
Listen to this logic, Jeremy.
Okay.
'Cause you seem like a, at least academically smart boy.
Well, thanks.
Not socially adept, but academically smart boy. It would be a fair statement that your friends followed suit in the other cars, right?
Yes.
So you are a leader.
I am.
You know
I
what
would be
leaders
considered a
do?
leader.
They take responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Good. So now we have, for your team, $89.99 plus tax, $96.76 for detailing. He's got to pay for being a fool. That's all. Right?
Right.
Good. No excuses. I love it. I love it. He's not such an idiot after all, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, ma'am.
All that money that you spent on the baby wasn't wasted. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $96.76. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 246 on the calendar in the matter of Brown versus Wilson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Brown, Miss Wilson is your former girlfriend. And you claim she got really angry at you one night because she thought you were with another woman, an ex-girlfriend of yours. She came over to your house. You didn't answer the door. You looked out the window. You saw her leave, and she keyed your car. Right?
No.
What'd she do?
She did key my car, but I wasn't home. I was at my neighbor's house. My cousin was the one who answered the door. When she came to the door, he said, "Did you see your girl? Your girl just left."
Listen to me. I didn't ask for a whole story from you yet.
All right, I was just
Who saw her key your car?
I saw her key my car.
All right.
I went out my back door when my cousin told me that he said, "Did you see your girl? She just left."
Shh. Don't tell me what anybody said to you. That's hearsay. You saw her key your car.
Correct. I went out my back door. I was trying to tell you where I saw her at.
Miss Wilson says she was really mad, but she didn't do it.
Correct. But he wanted home.
Miss Wilson.
Yes.
How long was he your boyfriend?
I met Curtis in April, and we broke up in like July or whatever. So it wasn't a long engagement.
Okay. Now, there came a time when you went over to his house?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
Whatever the day in question was.
What's the date?
The date was July 15th, if I am mistaken.
Okay. So you went over to his house for what purpose?
Okay. I called him on his cell phone. Nobody answered. Judge, I bought this cell phone for him. So the least he could do is answer the phone, you know what I'm saying? So I called it like 50 times. Nobody answers. So I live in Norfolk, he lives in Newport News. So I drive through the tunnel all the way to his house. So his car is parked not in front of his house, but on the side by the garbage can. So I'm like, okay, here he go with something that's not quite right. So I knock on the door. I see a woman look out the window. Now keep in mind, Curtis is still married to his wife. So I see the girl look out the window. I'm like, okay. So I'm knocking on the door. Finally, music pumping in the bedroom, sounds coming out the bedroom. I'm not stupid, Your Honor. So finally, he sent his cousin to the door. Kurt not here. I'm like, I just seen a girl in the bedroom. Oh, that was me. Okay, so now you got long hair and all this stuff? Oh, well. Well, that was me. Kurt's not here. So by this time, I had went to the window before I even knocked on the door. I put my ear up to the window, trying to hear everything. I heard the music, I heard her, and I heard him. So I was filming, I was mad, but I left. I was really, really angry. I got in my car, and I left, and that was the end of it.
Good. Miss Wilson, you said Curtis is married.
Yes.
Is he living with his wife?
No.
Are they separated?
No.
Yes.
So shh.
Yeah, right.
Quiet. So, Miss Wilson, what are you doing fooling around with a married man who's not separated from his wife?
Well, he didn't tell me in the beginning, I swear. He did not tell me in the beginning. You asked Curtis.
But then he told you.
But then he told me he told me they were separated. But then I talked to her herself. She said they wasn't.
Now tell me, Mr. Brown, tell me what you saw Miss Wilson do to your car.
Okay. I came out my back door. I use my back door. I don't use the front door. I use my back door to go in my house.
Just tell me what you saw.
I went out my back door. I was coming off the side of my building to the parking lot. I saw her exiting the hood of my car, going towards her car. She was walking like, say, this is my car. She was walking away. So I seen her scratching the hood of my car.
No,
let me see pictures of the car.
So she had to scratch. My car won't like that before.
Well,
Mr. Brown,
and she called me as soon as she left. She called me on my cell phone as soon as she left.
And what'd she say when she called you?
She said, "You gonna be real mad at me in a minute." I'm like, "Why?" She said, you ain't gonna want to talk to me no more.
No, that
I
is
said,
not
why?
how it happened.
She was like, after you see what I done, you ain't gonna want to talk to me no more.
Did I ever say I keyed your car?
Yep.
You key, Bishop, Miss Wilson. Listen to me. I want you to be very, very quiet when I say this to you, Miss Wilson.
Okay.
You keyed his car.
No, I didn't.
Can I
it
say
was
one
his
more
baby
thing?
mama that keyed his car, probably, or all them other girls that was on. He just mad because he can't figure out which one it is because he's sleeping with so many women, so he want to pin it on me.
Can I say one thing, Your Honor?
Just a minute. Put your hands down. You keyed his car.
I didn't key his car, Judge Judy.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you did. If I had called him 50 times and he didn't answer the phone and I went over there and I was still his girlfriend and I went into his house and saw him fooling around with somebody else, you're lucky she didn't blow up your car.
Exactly.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Curtis Brown says ex-lover Tabitha Wilson keyed his car. Tabitha says the culprit was probably another one of Curtis's girlfriends.
Can I see the bill? I believe you when you say you saw her over at your car.
How can you believe that?
I believe it.
Come out the house.
I believe it.
I came out the back door.
I believe it.
Oh my God.
What year car is this?
It's a 94 Ford Taurus.
You remember they used to have a company called Earl Shy Painting Your Car or something like that? You know, they painted it for $2.99 or something like that.
$2.99, $9.99.
What's this $2,232?
I went to Mako.
What?
I went to Mako. That's the estimate they gave me.
Go cheaper.
Because they said the scratches that's deep is so deep into the paint, it's almost in the metal.
Oh, well then every time you look at it, when you get a cheaper paint job, you're going to think about being true. When you think of being true to one lady, or maybe two ladies.
I was true to her.
Yeah, whatever.
I was at my neighbor's house.
You just lying all over the court.
My cousin answered the door. My cousin is light skinned.
Mr. Brown.
My baby mama's light skinned.
Mr. Brown, get your car fixed. Get your car painted for $250. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's all you're going to get from this court. Listen to me. $2,000. But you got it out of your system. You got it out of your system for $250. Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
Yes.
Good. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I went over to the boy house and then the lady gonna look out the window. Duh, play. That's you. Duh.
I want no player. I won't dare. I was out with my neighbor.
It really doesn't matter to me. All he got was $250.
I just know not to mess with crazy girls, and she crazy, man.
I'm mad because you was there with your baby mama and you ain't had to come out here and just tell me to go home.
She could have done something else besides scratch my car. So that was kind of, that tell you, only a crazy person do something like that, man.
98 on the calendar in the matter of McIntosh versus Sexton. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
A fight over a man. How stupid can you get? And where is this man that we were all fighting over?
Are you asking me, Judge?
Anybody will answer my question.
Oh, he's incarcerated at the present time.
Great.
He's not really the reason why we're here, though. He was irrelevant to this.
No, he's not irrelevant, but for the fact that each of you were related to him in some way by affection. You wouldn't be here. Is that right?
Oh, I don't know what she had going with him, but I know he respected me. So I don't know exactly what she had going with him.
All right, Ms. McIntosh, it's your claim that Ms. Sexton assaulted you.
Yes.
She assaulted you with a bottle. You were seriously injured. According to you, you wanted to pay for that. You were briefly involved with the defendant's boyfriend. You didn't know that he had a girlfriend, according to you.
Yes.
And anyway, somehow that escalated. You're going to tell me the story. Ms. Sexton said that she acted in self-defense, that you picked up a bottle first to hit her. She got the bottle out of your hand, and so she bopped you with the bottle. This was really a brawl. She says in her counterclaim that you damaged her car on 2 separate occasions and that she wants you to pay for her legal fees that she spent in defending these assault charges. So that's your counterclaim.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently pregnant, Ms. Sexton?
Yes, I am.
And the father of this child is the person who is currently incarcerated?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any other children with him?
No, ma'am.
Did Did you become pregnant after you found out that he was fooling around with an underage person?
Well, actually,
just answer my question. That's either yes or no.
Well, yes.
Another testament to your good judgment. How old are you?
18.
How old are you, Miss Sexton?
I'm 27.
You have children?
No.
Okay, Miss McIntosh, let's hear it.
On August 18, 2002, I had my sister take me to a friend's house to retrieve a necklace I left over there.
What time?
It was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Go ahead. I must be living in another culture.
So, as I was inside of the residence...
What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
What day of the week was August 18th?
A Sunday.
What do you do during the summer?
Nothing.
Why?
Because I'm a student. I go to school right now.
You were going to school in August of 2002?
School hasn't started yet.
So what were you doing?
Nothing.
Didn't you ever hear of working?
Huh? Yes.
That's what most 17-year-olds do during the summer when they're not in school. That keeps them out of trouble, so that they're not out at 2 o'clock in the morning going to retrieve a necklace. You're her friend?
I'm her sister.
Sister. I won't even ask what you were doing, because you're older than 18?
Yes.
So you were on your way to retrieve a necklace at 2 o'clock in the morning from a friend's house. And what happened?
While I was inside of the residence, the defendant...
Inside of what residence?
My friend's house.
Who's your friend?
My boyfriend.
Oh, so that's the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't a girlfriend's house you were going over to. Your sister was taking you over to your boyfriend's house to get a necklace that you had allegedly left there. Is that right?
Yes.
Who did he live with?
His mother.
Is she normal?
Yes.
What do you think some normal person would think of a young 17-year-old popping by at 2 o'clock in the morning?
She was asleep.
So what happened when you got there?
While I was inside of the residence, the defendant, Alicia Sexton.
Just a second. You were inside with the boyfriend?
Yes.
How long had you been there inside?
Like 3 minutes.
And where was your sister?
Outside in a car waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Your Honor, that's not.
I don't want to hear
Okay.
it. So you're inside with the boyfriend at his mother's house at 2 o'clock in the morning. And?
And the defendant came in, Alicia Sexton walked in with my friend's little brother. She came in and she asked me what my name was. I replied, Sita, and she struck me upside the head with a bottle. I then fell, she got on top of me or whatever and started hitting me. My friend broke it up or whatever.
You're talking in terms of this boyfriend?
Yes.
Who's in jail?
Yes.
He broke it up?
Yes.
Go ahead.
As I ran outside, Alicia came after me. She had the bottle in her hand. She threw it at me, but it missed me. And then she got on top of me. When she slammed me, she got on top of me again. That's when my friend and my sister came over there and they broke the fight up. My sister didn't rush me to emergency. I had 11 stitches. I got cut 2 different spots, 8 up here and 3 down here. I have pictures.
Let me see. Okay, let me hear your version of the events, Miss Sexton.
Actually, Judge, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was on my way over to pick my boyfriend up. We lived together. He was at his mother's house while I was at the casino.
What were you doing there?
I was gambling.
Now, you and this boyfriend lived together?
Yes, we lived at my home.
Who else lives there?
Just me and him.
How long have you been living there?
We've been living together for about 4 years now.
Go ahead.
This is actually a housing project where I was picking him up from. When I pulled up outside, I seen this young lady run in the house. She wasn't already in the house. She was outside with a bunch of people. I was not even aware of this girl, who she was, didn't know what she looked like or anything. She ran in the house, at which time his little brother showed up, and I went in the house with him. Well, he was trying to push her out the back door at the time, my boyfriend. She wouldn't go. So I said, who are you? And she said, I'm Sita. And I said, oh, you came to my house and busted out my car windows. Because she had already came to my house before on an incident prior to this and did damage to my vehicle.
How do you know that?
I have police reports with witnesses that seen her do it.
Well, you never filed any charges with regard to that.
I tried to file charges for the destruction of property in that case, ma'am. Yes, I did.
Do you have any witnesses here that saw her do it?
No, but it's in the police report.
I don't care what's in the police report.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Arcita McIntosh claims she and Alicia Sexton had a physical brawl over a man. Larcita says Alicia hit her in the face with a bottle.
So, at the time you saw her and she told you her name.
Right.
According to you, then you knew who she was.
Then I knew who she was.
You had never called her before.
No.
Because she says you called her house a year
No,
before.
ma'am.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I called her mother prior to that.
Thank you. Well, that's what I want to know. You called her mother.
But not her.
What? Don't play with me.
Right. I called her mother.
What did you say to her mother?
I asked her mother, was she aware that her daughter had called me and told me she was having intimate relations with my grown boyfriend that was of age, and he shouldn't be having intimate relations with her, and that if he was...
So she called you?
She called my house first to tell me of this relationship she was having with him. And so at the time, I was trying to get this resolved because she was underage and I'm grown. And so the mother said that, no, her daughter was just lying, and her daughter told me this, that her daughter was just trying to make me mad.
When did her daughter tell you this?
She had to be about 15, maybe 16 then.
So you did speak to her on the phone?
Yes, she called my home. I didn't call her house.
So then she called you and you spoke to her?
Yeah, and then I, in return, called her mother to see what was going on. And so when I did call her mother said she was just trying to make me jealous. I told her mother that her daughter told me that she was having relations with him and that he was too old to have relations with her, and if that was really the deal, that I wanted to know.
Okay. The boyfriend is trying to push her out the back door because you're coming in the front door, and what happened?
Like I said, I was coming to where they were standing. She was standing right behind him. I asked her, who was she? I wasn't even aware of who this girl was at that time.
Well, what did you say to her?
I said, you came to my house and busted out my car windows, and she said, you know, real cocky or whatever, and she said, I'm Sita. And I said, oh, and we started a physical confrontation at that point.
So before you asked who she was, you said to her, you came to my house and broke out my car windows.
Right.
So you knew who she was.
No,
Don't play, Miss Sexton, that's what you just said.
I didn't know who she was by her looks. I just figured that was her because she made her presence apparent when I pulled up.
Listen to me. You just said to me that when you walked into their house, you said to her, you broke out my car windows.
After she said that she was Sita.
No, that's not what you just told me
that's
2
what
seconds
I meant to
ago.
say. That's how it went.
You knew who she was.
Well, I kind of had an idea when she made herself present.
Let's not play with each other.
But I didn't know
I don't
who
have
she
time.
was.
I'm speaking. Don't try to talk over me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And so at that time, we started a physical confrontation.
Look at my eyes. What do you mean at that time we started a physical confrontation?
We started fighting.
Somebody always starts fighting first. So give me a step-by-step of what happened.
I asked her, like I said, who she was. She told me who she was. And at that time, I said, you came to my house and you broke out my car windows. And she said, yeah, I did. And what you gonna do about it?
And?
So we started fighting.
So you showed her what you were going to do about it.
We fell on a coffee table, and the coffee table.
So you hit her. So you hit her.
We were fighting each other.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I landed the first punch or she did.
Miss Sexton, you know everything else. You know what you said. You know what the boyfriend said. You know about the little brothers. You know everything else. But you can't tell me who hit who first.
Well, we started fighting at that point.
Okay. Well, if you don't know who hit who first. Did she hit you first?
She hit me with the bottle.
Well, since you don't remember, babe.
I didn't hit her with the bottle.
Listen to me. Since you don't remember, I have to assume that she remembers. If you just said to me, I don't remember, then I conclude that you hit her first. Because if you don't remember, and one person says I remember, and logically it makes sense to me that,
well,
that you would hit her.
I hit her with the bottle, and I did not.
Well, I don't care what you hit her with.
We fell on a coffee table, a glass coffee table, and broke it, Your Honor.
Well, let me tell you something, madam. If the fight started because you hit her first, and in self-defense she reacted, you are still liable. And I have no idea why the police dismissed these charges against you.
They never even came and spoke to me.
Well, that's some police department. You are responsible for her injuries. Since you don't remember, and she does, you're responsible. You had hospital bills? In what amount?
My hospital bills came up to, like $730.
And was there an insurance deductible?
I don't care whether there was or whether there wasn't. She's suing. I'm speaking.
And that's for why the case was dismissed.
Can I see it, please?
I think the hospital bill in back of the police report.
Oh, it was dismissed on a speedy trial motion. Is that right?
Yep.
So the DA didn't move fast enough.
Yes, that's correct. That was the only reason.
They must be very busy in Douglas County, Nebraska. You're suing her for $2,000 for both the medical bills and your pain and suffering. You are entitled to that. So on your complaint, I am going to award you $2,000. Ms. Sexton, you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim states that she damaged your car. You have proof of that?
In the police reports, the police spoke to the witnesses.
And that's the only proof that you have?
Well, in that I seen her actually bust my window out at one time.
I don't believe that, because if you had seen her busting out your car window, then you would have put that in your answer and in your counterclaim. You chose not to do that, and even the person who you brought with you was shaking her head no. Isn't that right? Isn't that right?
No, it's incorrect.
Oh, yeah, she saw her bust out her window?
Yes, I did.
Oh, how come it's not in the answer that you put here, madam?
Caused damages to my vehicle on 8/17 and 7/13. It is in there. She caused damages.
No.
I've seen
You
that.
didn't tell me that you observed it.
If I may.
Step up. Who are you?
I'm her mother.
Did you observe her? Did you
I
make...
did not observe her. She has a protection order against me, and I have one against them also. The first time that her windows got broken out at her home, she called me at 5:30 in the morning. I went up there. I looked at her caller ID. She said that the girl had been harassing her all night.
There's no question in my mind that this 17-year-old girl
got infatuated.
Be quiet.
Yeah, your judgment's not terrific, Miss Sexton. Your mother can attest to that, isn't that right?
On some things, yes.
There's no question in my mind that this 17-year-old girl was strung along by this person currently incarcerated, soon to be a father. There's no question that she acted inappropriately for a 17-year-old or for a 27-year-old or for a 15-year-old. Your daughter is supposed to be older and smarter.
And I called her parents, the 17-year-old's parents, at that time. Spoke to the father first. The father told me that she was out of control, that yes, she was out all night, that they didn't know where she was, that's what's the car she was.
She's out of control.
She was supposed to be on a curfew at the time, ma'am.
Put yourself down.
Well, anyway, I asked them, I said, well, can you do something with her? She can't keep coming up here, calling here, breaking out windows, causing all this damage. Something's going to happen, and one of them are going to end up getting hurt eventually. Later that day, her mother called my house, told me that I was going to bury my daughter with my other dead daughter. And I said, if anything happens to my daughter, your daughter's the one coming up here. So I went back and forth.
What does this have to do with car windows?
It just kept going back and forth.
Listen to me. What does this have to do with car windows?
The damage is excessive.
She was coming to my home.
Doing it, and she kept coming to her home. My daughter never went to her home, never called her, anything.
Listen to me. In all probability, she did it. Just give me proof.
Well, the only proof I have is the witnesses that are in the police reports, ma'am.
Well, I can't use that, madam.
Well, I did ask if I could bring notarized statements or anything. They said no. Right. So.
No, you can bring witnesses.
Well,
these are older people that own businesses and couldn't come.
Then I can't help you.
And then at the housing project that night, the mother of the defendant told her, do not break out her windows, because they were threatening to, and she saw her break it out.
Tell me what you saw.
I'm going to tell you what exactly happened. We had a confrontation in the house. At that time, we went outside, and she didn't rush to no hospital. We went outside and fought 3 more times before she left.
Yes.
To tell you the truth. She didn't rush to no hospital.
Keep going.
The first time that they broke it up, she went outside and she was all mad and everything. So at that time, she was outside. She bust my window out with a baseball bat.
Just don't give me a long explanation. I want you to look through the police report and you tell me if anywhere in the police report you told the police that you saw her with your eyes break out your car window. Take a moment and look through the police report.
I already know
and
what
let
the
your
police
mother
report
help you.
says.
Put your hand down. I'm not interested in you.
I know what the police report says.
No.
I did. No, in the police report, no, I didn't. The police never showed up that night. They never came. That's why I was unable to tell them that.
At any place in the police report from the next day, 2 days later, 3 days later, because they add on to police reports, you know, when you make additional reports, any place does it say that you told the police that you saw her break out your car window?
No, it doesn't.
Sorry, can't help you. Miss McIntosh, Reluctantly, I am awarding you what you are requesting, which is $2,000, because you were in fact assaulted by Miss Sexton, and I believe that she threw the first punch. But I think that you probably were out of control, smitten with a loser who happens now to belong, at least temporarily, to Miss Sexton when he gets finished belonging to the state of Nebraska. Is your last name Sexton?
No.
What is your last name?
Buckley.
Miss Buckley, your daughter has made some serious errors in judgment. And I would hope that now that she's going to have a child, you try to inculcate into her some responsibility.
That was his judgment. I don't.
No, it was your judgment, Miss Sexton. It was your judgment to get yourself hooked up with and get pregnant by somebody who
that respected me, that I didn't know anything about disrespecting me.
Oh, save me. Bird, get him outside.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Pedroza versus Collazo. Step forward, please.
20-year-old stay-at-home mom, Christina Pedroza, is suing the father of her child, 22-year-old construction worker David Collazo, for the return of her belongings. David says Christina is keeping him from seeing his child.
Miss Pedroza, you and the defendant have a young child together. Baby is about a year old. And you lived together for a short period of time, separated. And it is your claim that the defendant kept certain property that you amassed together that you should have. And that also you had certain of your personal property, clothes and stuff, that the defendant trashed or got rid of. Mr. Collazo said he kept what was his, what he paid for, and that he gave you ample opportunity to get your stuff, and he put it out on the porch, and it's gone. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me when you lived together.
2000, 2001, 2002.
And when was your daughter born?
August 8th, last year.
And who is this?
This is my father.
When did you separate? When did you move out with the baby?
Like 4 months ago.
Is that right? You moved out in June?
Yes.
When you left in June, what property did you take with you?
The baby's clothes and her dresser and her little knickknacks, and that's it. He wouldn't let me get anything else. When I went in, I've got the police reports from when I lived with them. The police was called. The day that we went there to pick up this stuff, I had the police come with me, but he was so drunk, he was acting crazy. And
this is a lot more information than I think I should. This is Mr. Collazo, don't talk to her. Mr. Collazo, don't talk to her. Talk to me. You want to talk to her? Go outside. You want to talk in court? You talk to me. I want to know what property it is that you think that you are entitled to, Ms. Pedroza, and let's do it quickly, please, because I'm beginning to lose it.
Everything that I paid for, my recliner.
Well, you tell me what you paid for.
Okay. I've got receipts for my recliner that I paid for. My
All right, recliner. Just a second. Right. Recliner. Go ahead.
My dining room table and chairs.
Yes.
My bed.
It means that's the bed that you and Mr. Collazo shared.
Yeah.
I told you you could have everything.
Shh, Mr. Collazo. You're going to have a turn. I give everybody a turn.
I'm sorry.
If they're good, they get a turn. If they're not good, they don't. Go ahead.
My clothes bag. He took all my clothes.
Oh.
I left them right there when Mr. Officer told me to leave them.
Now, you purchased a recliner, a table and chairs, and the bed. Mm-hmm. What did you purchase it with?
My credit card.
So you don't mind if she gets the recliner, table and chairs, and bed, right?
Yeah, it don't bother me.
No, I want you to listen to me. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
She can come and get.
She could come and get it.
The recliner, table and chairs, and bed.
The recliner, tables, and chairs, and bed.
Perfect, because they're on her credit card. You don't have to repeat that. And she is responsible for paying for it. Fine. So you're going to get your recliner, table, and chairs, and bed, pick them up within 5 days. You bring the U-Haul it. What's next?
I have a washer and dryer also.
Was that also purchased on your credit card?
No.
Well, who purchased it?
That was given to me by my father. He purchased it from my brother.
Is that right?
Yes.
Washer and dryer? Did you buy that, Mr. Collazo?
No, but I helped her buy all the other stuff that she had.
What other stuff?
Girl.
Shh. What other stuff, Mr. Collazo?
Everything she wants.
No, just a minute, but it's on her credit card.
I didn't pay for all of it.
When did you work?
Huh?
Miss Pedroza?
I pay for it.
Don't. Don't irritate me. I'm ready to kiss you both goodbye.
Your Honor.
Speak not. That's it. She's also going to get the washer and dryer because her father gave it to her as a gift.
Yeah.
Right? So, recliner, table, chairs, bed, washer, and dryer. You got it. Now, your clothes? Should have gotten your clothes when you went to pick up the baby's things in the dresser. Because he put the clothes out on the front porch. He doesn't have them anymore.
Listen, I went there with the cops, the sheriff.
Police.
The police. Yes. There was one cop. When I went there, I tried to get...
come in my crib when I'm sleeping. You gonna come in my house while I'm sleeping? Just
Mr. Collazo.
Drunk,
Mr.
naked
Collazo.
on the chair.
Shh. Mr. Collazo.
It's my house. I was chilling.
Where did you go? Have a discussion with him, Bird? Sure. And then if he opens his mouth again, throw him out.
This is the best way I can explain to you. If you keep it up, she's going to throw you out. Okay? And then I'd be forced to throw you out. You don't want that, do you?
Nah, Pop.
Okay. So you know what you do? Respect the court.
I'm
all
sorry.
right? Take your time. You all right?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Cool.
I'm sorry.
Where are her clothes?
I put them on the porch. The cop said, you know, because I was like, why you guys come in my house for? Just because she had the keys. You was already gone.
No, look at me. Look at me. Don't look at her. I don't want you to look at her. You put her clothes on the porch?
Right in front of the cop.
And the
And he's like, oh,
listen to me.
he told me to
And the
leave, and I
police-
left, and then she was supposed to come back.
Whose mouth is moving?
Both ears.
And if both of our mouths are moving, who wins?
Judge Judy wins.
Just answer me. You put the clothes on the porch at the direction of a police officer. Is that what you're
Yes,
telling me? Were you present? The answer is yes or no.
I wasn't present when the clothes were put there, ma'am, but I was there when we went to pick up the clothes. Pick up her stuff a couple times with the chief of police.
Step up.
So I had no warrant coming out.
I have.
And what
reasons.
happened?
When we got there, David was very argumentative. He was drunk, and he was yelling at us to get out of his house. He was starting to push the chief around. The chief says, I don't need this, because he's a short guy. He's getting ready to call backup. And then he says, you know what, because they started arguing in the trailer. And then he said, well, you know what, why don't you guys just leave, get the baby stuff out, and you just go to court and get your stuff. But Christina's clothes, Your Honor, were still in the trailer. He wouldn't let him take it. Then, when he told her to come and get her stuff, she went there. There was no police, from my understanding, because I talked to the chief. No police officers went there when he said he put the clothes out there. There was no clothes out.
You don't know that. Mr. Collazo, you
Your
want to
Honor.
be a smart man? Shh, quiet. You want to be a smart man?
One day.
I want all of those things ready. And I want them all in reasonable condition. I don't want you to do anything nasty to them, because now I'm going to get to you with regard to seeing your daughter.
Thank you.
Okay. You have a drinking problem, Mr. Collazo? Been around the town for a long time. You have a drinking problem, Mr. Collazo. Because if you didn't have either a drinking problem or another problem with substances, you wouldn't be behaving the way that you are in court today. So you got a little bit of spirit from someplace other than your soul today before you came to court. I don't want to go into it with you, but I'm going to tell you this. If you made a baby, look at me. If you made a baby,
take care of
you
my
have,
daughter.
listen to me. If you made a baby, you have an obligation. You have an obligation to be a father. And that means having a job, being sober, making
work.
arrangements to see your daughter, and if she, for some
She don't
reason,
work.
wants...
She do, she shake her butt.
You're not paying attention, sir. And I have to conclude that since you know who I am, that the reason you're not paying attention to what I'm telling you is because you are a little bit high. So I want you to listen to me. She can't have you around a child who's a year old.
Punk boyfriend don't want to be smoking weed by my daughter.
Just a second. Mr.
No.
Collazo, look at me. What you're telling me is that Miss Pedroso is not behaving properly.
Yeah, but
I'm not... Are you listening?
Yeah.
Or are you listening to your inner voices? You have to see to it that you see your daughter by going to court, asking for an order of visitation, saying, I do everything right. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I have a job. I'm prepared to regularly support my daughter. I want to be able to see her. And if she doesn't let you do it and doesn't let you see your daughter, judge is going to say to her, I'm going to take the child away from you.
Yeah, and then where's she gonna go?
She's going to come and live with you.
No, Your Honor, you know what? I have no problem with him seeing his daughter, but he is doing this, getting drunk, getting high, and...
How you know? You ain't
Because I know,
Miss Pedroso.
I go to work every morning. I wake up at 5:30 every single morning.
You
What
don't
do you do?
have...
You shake your
But
butt
he
for
paid
$1.
$50 for her
Tell me
birthday,
that.
and that's it.
Put him out. He doesn't get it.
He paid $50 for a birthday.
Pay careful
and
attention
that's
to me
it.
because I can't talk over two people talking. That's not the way I run this place. If he's not doing the right thing, and if you feel as if your daughter is at risk if she spends time with him, then you're right. But if he gets his act together, it's not right for you. You picked him. You had this baby with him.
I told him that. If he